Hello, how are we all doing today? Change of view. This is the scenery from my back window. Absolutely stunning. Come summertime and spring, this whole back lights completely up with how beautiful it is. And usually in this field here we've got the Highland cows, but they've gone now to keep nice and warm for the winter because yeah, it's a little bit chilly. Got my mad double crown there. I need a haircut. I need it sorted out. So what you been up to, guys? Been up to some inspirational, motivational, soul searching. If not, don't worry. As long as you're enjoying life and smiling and rising up each morning and you're enjoying being who you are and you're enjoying your life and what you're circled around and you're kind of getting that butterfly feeling in your stomach, that's a good path to be on. If you're watching the bullshit mainstream media or going on the internet, I'd say take a couple of days off and bring yourself back into the moment. And I think that's the train just coming in as well. Look at the sun there as well behind me. Beautiful, beautiful sun. Eh? Yeah, train station's literally just there. So, if you ever come and stay this way, the train goes all the way up north to Wick and Thurso. Beautiful place. It's part of the North Coast 500, and it's got some fairy pools up there. When I get on a road trip, I'll show you some of the beauty that the Highlands has. It's a very magical, mystical place, and more than welcome to come and stay and experience it for yourself, guys. But what brings me to talk about today would be the imagination, and the imagination that you have within you, and how much it can expand and change your whole perception of life, and what you can do to create inside yourself of what imagination you want, or where you want to go with it and what you want to do with it, even if it's just sitting there for even an hour, and when you're in meditation, awakening that imagination of what you can do to your life, and not lose that child part of imagination that a lot of us sacrifice for comfort or job or many other objects that have nothing necessary to gain from in our life other than short-lived wow, or look what I've got. And there's nothing wrong in working hard and showing what you've worked for. There's nothing wrong in that. I'm not getting at that. What I'm saying is, if you're trying to find your happiness in external things, you'll never truly be happy, because happiness grows within. And what's happening to the world is, if you ever go to some people's houses or some people's cars, everyone's got the same car, everyone's got the same house, or people are wearing the same clothes when it's in fashion, or da 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 da. And what makes us all unique as human beings is that individuality that we have and that imagination of who we are. But sometimes we're too scared to show that part of ourselves because we feel like society won't accept us for who we are. Screw those. Society should like you for who you are no matter what, and you should enjoy yourself no matter what. As long as you're happy in yourself and you're dressing like this or looking like that or driving whatever car or motorbike or whatever it is you do and you're happy, then that's all that matters. This short experience of a life that we have is to be lived and be happy and grow and learn about what we've lost within ourselves to gain in the next life, to learn from things we didn't learn in lives that we've had before. And this is where a lot of us get lost. The imagination can create any life that you want. It can it honestly, guys, the imagination is what makes you who you are. It can create the most beautiful scenery, the beautiful sincere music, the most beautiful imagery, the most beautiful commentary, the most, honestly, the list goes on, and all that you see around you is from imagination. And this system that we're living in now, with all the rules and everything else, if you choose to listen to them, you mean a rule breaker. Anyway, it's going to get you in bother because you are working outside the rule box. You're being orthodox, you're being different, you're being inspirational. And this is where you grow, because you're not worried about the fear or the anxiety of what the world thinks or anyone else thinks. You're going with what you truly believe in, what is the essence of who you are. And when you allow that person to grow and be out at a constant, not at a I'm got to put my outdoor mask on or my work mask today or this mask or that mask. If you just don't wear a mask at all and let the cosmos let you download the imagery of the vast universe that's within us, we can exceptionally grow into the beautiful human beings that we are destined to be, not designed. Because design then is by design of what others are. If we allow ourselves to grow and be colourful and be imaginative and inspirational, then all things will grow within. And I go back to this book, and I read this the other day, and it brought a wee tear to my eye, and it's so beautiful. And it's the same book again, Love is Letting Go of Fear. And I read this. Is it that chapter? No, that's the next bit for you guys. Bear with me. I did have it somewhere. It's one of those ones, isn't it? You try and find something. It says here, a man who had finished his life went before God, and God reviewed his life and showed him the many lessons he had learned. When he had finished, God said, "My child, is there anything you wish to ask?" And the man said, "While you were showing me my life, I noticed that when the times were pleasant, there were two sets of footprints. I knew you walked beside me, but when times were difficult, there were only one set of footprints. Why, Father, did you desert me during the difficult times?" And God said, "You misinterpreted it, my son. It is true that when the times were pleasant, I walked beside you and pointed out the way. But when the times were difficult, I carried you." How beautiful is that? To know that we're never truly alone, and that the Spirit out there carries us when we feel when there's nothing left. He carries us because he cares and loves for us in all his way, in all his glory. And I mean, look at the imagination just behind me of what can be achieved within. You can go to that place of the imagination within and make yourself feel so beautiful and happy, and you can create so many universes upon universes within you to achieve what it is that you want to achieve within yourself. But always remember that all the answers ain't always going to be there. And sometimes, like me, I search for answers that I know I'm never going to find out. And sometimes we must accept that and move on and realize that in time, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And that's where we go forward with who we are. I remember when I was homeless at one point, and I was lying on my mate's floor and I had no money and nothing. And I realized, like, this isn't where I should be. I should be out there growing and gaining and helping, and I did, and I took a stance, and I realized that I wanted to meet someone to love. I wanted to have my own small business, which I did. I wanted to have a family and children and run my own, at the time, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu club. And I did, and all these things came into essence because of my imagination. I ignited it. I opened up so many treasure chests that are in my mind, that the expansion of it just constantly and constantly and constantly grew. And then when I came out of my depression from the other side, more and more and more came in. And you have that ability within yourselves. And this is just leads me to the other thing, and it's retraining the mind. And it says, to aid in retraining your mind, remember to ask yourself the following question in all circumstances, private or interpersonal. 1. Do I choose to experience peace of mind, or do I choose to experience conflict? 2, do I choose to experience love or fear? 3, do I choose to be a love finder or a fault finder? Many times I've been there. 4, do I choose to be a love giver or a love seeker? And 5, is this communication verbal or non-verbal? Loving to the other person, and it loving to me. Many of our thoughts, statements and actions are not loving. If we want peace of mind, it is essential that our communications with others bring about a sense of joy and joining, to have inner peace and to experience love. We must be consistent in what we think, say and do. So that, again guys, don't lose that imaginative part of yourself. It doesn't matter what it is, just go for it. You've got nothing to lose. This life is but a journey, and you should be living it to the most and not living in fear. Before I started these videos, I was in fear of what people would think, what people would do, where would I go, would I have the confidence, would I be able to reach out to people? All these things that had no meaning to me because I wasn't progressing in what I wanted to do. So one day I took a stance in myself and said, no more, I'm just going to do it. What have I got to lose? And these are the questions you must ask yourself. What have you got to lose? Yes, some people, the mind will go everything, credibility, ego. That's the thing. You will attract the right people into your life, like I've begun to attract the right people into my life. Caring, loving individuals that want to reach out and help others, give me motivation and inspiration. The list goes on. I've met like-minded people for so long I felt like there wasn't, and it's so beautiful to be able to connect and talk with those people, and you have that ability too. But remember what I said on that last chapter. It's either to love or live in fear, and most live in fear. That's why people are the way they are. And when you live in fear or anger or all the negative aspects of that side, what does your imagination do? Nothing great. It's just negative imagination, which you don't want. But if you're fulfilled with love and joy and no fear, your imagination expands because you're allowing yourself to do it. Allow yourself to go down the imaginative road of joy and fulfillment, and you will find so much more life and essence to who you are and your being. And then you open the floodgates to so much more that can awaken the path that you want to go down, that will make you truly happy in the end. So saying that, I've just remembered it's Friday the 13th. Who cares? It's just a date and a number. Yeah, and every time it's been Friday the 13th for me, it's usually been quite quirky. I don't know why. But guys, I'm gonna do the draw tomorrow. Please hit the subscribe or like, leave a comment. I love reaching out and speaking to you guys. And I'll do the draw tomorrow for the bag of goodies and the wee Moldavite with the necklace. I haven't got a necklace chain, but I've got the Moldavite in a wee bowl thing which is held in there, so you guys will have to get your own necklace because I don't know the sizes. I've got like a big fat neck. So it's usually quite big, hence the why this one's on a bit of string. But yeah, and I'll send that guys out to you as soon as possible. Keep doing the beautiful things that you're doing, guys. Life is so amazing and interesting, and it's exciting around every corner. No matter, again, with the stage and the bullshit that's being presented in front of us and everything else, and the fear mongering and blah 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 blah. Don't live in that state of mind. You're the one that gets to choose that. That's only you. It's you that allows that in. Use your imagination. This is what this one's about today. Your imagination. What can you do with your imagination to change the world around you? Because sure as hell, you can change so much. Imagination makes everything. Imagination makes this world unique, and you and who you are. So go forward, my friends, and be as beautiful and loving and as caring as you always have been, and you'll find so much inner peace and enjoyment and fulfillment into who you are. I love you guys. Always know you're not alone. Know you're loved. I know I'm here for you, and keep going forward with what you're doing. Namaste, my friends. Love you all. Take care. Bye bye.